Hi everybody, thanks for coming and watching again. This is Goodyear Bridge Mark 3, part 3. I've been all day doing my LEDs on my bridge, on my on side faces, and I've put some LEDs on walkway face at bridge. Today, just now, I'm going to show you what I've been doing to wire them up. Been wiring in parallel, not series. I'll explain the difference to you as well in between parallel and series. That's the system. So we've got negative up this side on the outside. All the negatives are all joined together. Then these are all positives on this side, and this is resistor. Type resistor goes in. So as you can see, I'll put a wire in at the bottom here, and that'll feed the positive side, and a wire to feed the negative side. And then when you solder all the tags together on the end of the resistors, that makes them all. So that's positive on all this side here is all positive. So the power will run up the wire and then up each resistor in turn, which will drop the voltage down to the right voltage for each LED. So if one LED pops or one resistor pops, everything, they'll all still work. And then if one fails, it's only that one that fails. When you wire things up in series, like your Christmas lights, and from back when I was a kid, years ago when I was a young one, your Christmas lights were wired in series. And what series means is that the power goes to one bulb, and then from the negative of that bulb it goes to the power side of the next bulb, then to the negative side of the next bulb, to the power side of the next bulb, to the negative side of the next bulb. So so each bulb is in a link. Is linked in series. That's why it's called series, because they're all linked together. So if one bulb pops in that system, the whole thing goes down, everything. So then you've got to faff about trying to find which bulb it is that's not working, and you've got a long drawn out day to find which one it is. And usually back in the days when they were bulbs, when they were little glass bulbs, you used to be screw-in bulbs. So usually it's just like a loose connection. So you ended up just going around and tightening bulbs in the bulb holder because they were screw-in bulbs. So what I'm doing here now, I'm just linking. I've just soldered this resistor onto this LED, so I'm going to link it to the next one. So in parallel, all negatives are together and all positives are together. Then in series, it's negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. So that's your parallel. That's your two systems that companies employ to work things out, to work electrical systems. So in series, I'd have had this done a lot earlier than this in series, because it's a lot less work. Doing it in parallel is a massive amount of work. So what I'm doing is I'm putting liquid flux on the joints, putting some solder on the iron, and then just running it across. So what I'm doing is the long leg on the resistor, I'm just using to go up to the next resistor. The resistors comes like this with these right long legs either side. So we've got enough there to cut off. So I can cut a good 15mm off of that, probably 20mm off of that. And then liquid flux me joint. Put a bit of solder on the iron. And then I twist this round a bit. I'm able to see a bit better. When we get big hands out way. That fizzing sound is the acid, the liquid flux working. It's just cleaning the joint. So as it gets warm, it's chemical reaction. Cleans the joint, strips it of all greases and glues and stuff like that. So then that allows the solder to run from one to another. Your solder always runs where your heat is. So it'll always run to your soldering iron. Or where your soldering iron runs, should I say. I've not started my video sooner because there's 37 LEDs on this panel. So I've got 3 times that amount to do the joints. I've got to solder 37 is 21. There's 111 soldered joints I've had to do. And then, then there's the 2 wires. So that makes 113 joints. I don't think that would be a very good video, you watching me solder all this lot up. So I just left it to the last few on this one side. Then I'll put my wires on and I'll make I've got a lot of painting to do when I finish this. When I finish these connections. So I'll put it together. I'll put the bridge together with some bulldog clips, so you can see. So you can see the. You'll be able to see the effects of it together, without painting. So these resistors, I believe, are 510 ohms. 510 ohm resistor to drop you down from 12 volts to 1.5 volts. I think the LEDs were 1.5 volt, I think, which is a good amount, which is a minuscule amount of voltage. An LED it stands for light emitting diode, which means they hardly use any power. They don't take any amperage to power them. Very small. So that's kind of a good thing. So I've already worked out this is my side for my wires to solder to. So I'll leave that this side quite long here. And I can solder the positive wire to that, to this junction here. And then that'll work. And then I can solder the black wire to the other side. So I've got some cable here already. No, I'll use this long bit. So all you do is just bare wire back. You can have wire, you can use wire strippers, a proper wire stripper, or you can use snips. This is silicone wire, 22 AMG silicone wire. I don't know why it's called AMG. AWG, sorry. But this'll be plenty thick enough for to carry power of all these LEDs. They do literally claim hardly anything. So I'm just going to solder that into that negative loop there. I'll use my pliers to hold it. I have to do this one left-handed. Like that. The other thing I've got to do is I've got to stick some chime strips around edge, some very small little strips of wood to allow the gap for these. I'll show you what I've done with the other one in a second. Just dip that in liquid flux, that wire. Tin me soldered iron, and that through. You can see that's tin, that just nicely. And I'll cut a little bit of that off because I don't need that much. So I can put that one into there, and that'll work out just like that. I'll do it left-handed again, so you can see. You might be able to see it better. There we go. So you got red. Red's always positive, black's always negative on all these systems throughout. Not just stock cars, every system. Red's positive, black's negative. Some cars are different. Some manufacturers, in their infinite wisdom, line them up slightly differently. But the majority of them are all red and black. Just cut my wiring off. So I'm going to do. I've done all these and I haven't tested it. So you're watching it work. You're watching me do it for the first time. Connect it up to my battery, my 12-volt battery. So hopefully it all works. And that's a big ass battery, that is. That's a really big battery. But it's one of the radio control boats. this system will be wired up off permanent live, off main volts live. Right, that's it. The full shebang. That's good how that's worked out. Happy with that. Just move the camera so you can see it. So this is going to be back side of my bridge, and the other side, the front side's green. I'm really chuffed with that. I think that's brilliant. Lit up really well, that is. I'll just put you back up here. So these are my, this is my other side I've done with my green. If you can see on the other video, if you watch my other video, you'll have seen it. But that's because this is my end picture of my end thing, the other side. That's going to be my front. That's my front side. And that's my back side of my bridge. Now, this morning, today I've put violets in on that side for my walkway. You can just see these faint pencil lines. That's where my walkway is and my steps. So I'll just, on this side, that's how I've done that one. So that one's the same, with LEDs all wide in parallel. And this one is the, I've had to use cable to go between because of the gap between each LED. So I've used red and black cable to go between. Red positive, black negative. So as you can see on this, I've got this lip on it. I've got this chime strip lip here. This, it's like lime, I think it is. Really lovely and soft. It bends really easy. So now I need to put that. I need to put these two strips on that red side, and then I'll make bridge up so that you can see what it's going to look like. Then I need to take it apart again so I can paint this surface in black, and then paint the other sides as well. Paint it all up, and then I've got letters to paint to go in here, and boots to go on, and a few bits and bobs to do. So I'll disconnect them and carry on with the video. So when that's put together, I think that's going to look absolutely fantastic. It's going to be, when it's on layout and it's all painted up, I think it's going to look brilliant. There's cars underneath. I've done it red on one side and then that on the other side, so that you can, so you know you'll be going the wrong way. In real life, if it were a real bridge in real life, then obviously that, but when you're just messing about on the scale electric track, when you're messing about on layout, it don't really matter, I suppose. Right, so these strips, I'm going to use heat glue and super glue together to glue this up. And I'll need to drill some holes in that to put that across. So I've got a lime strip big enough to go the full way round. So what I'll do is I'll move these tools out of the way. Can't really stress to you how important it is to have your metals clean. Your metals have got to be clean when you're soldering. Whether it be legs of LEDs or just wires, they've got to be clean. So I'm going to put that around there like so. So I can start. Just put a bit of super glue on here. It is good, that super glue. It's the thick one, so it is quite. You can use it to build gaps if you need to. On the green side, I've had to insulate the joints because of the violets on the walkway. They're going to be close together. So I've had to glue that. I've had to use heat glue. Use glue gun here to insulate the joints so that if they do touch, you don't get no power transfer from one to other. So then you're not going to blow anything up. You're not going to pop any fuses or damage any electrical connections. That's gone off. That glue's gone off. It's gone hard already. Just give this a few minutes to go off. And you'll, one mistake I've just made is I've glued it from the middle, but I ain't allowed enough overhang. So now that's going to be, I'll have to fill that gap in now for that there. So as you get to a tighter radius, it does start to put stress on that wood. So on this side I'll have to use some bulldog clips. Right, so I'll hold that there for me. Hopefully. And I can glue, use a bit of heat glue there, like stitch it on. Just put like, you don't need to do all of it, just put a bit of it on, a bit at a time. And then I can glue these LEDs down while now my glue gun's warmed up. So I can just put a little bit over each one. You don't have to do all of them, just some of them. So I have to just line that up with the edge of your MDF, edge your outline, marker line, and just put a clip over. And you can just work your way round. I've stuck my frigging nail to my skin. Obviously be careful when using super glue. You shouldn't need me to tell you that. Common sense and everything. Use your own common sense. Alright, so now that's in place, I can just put a couple of bits of that in. Just to help that round. And then I'll be able to cut that off when that's gone hard, that glue. I'll be able to cut that. I'll be able to cut that down. But now I need to repair that. I'll make it bigger. Go to end. So that's one side on. Right, so I've just put the inside piece on, and it's just broke on me on last. I've put it all the way around and it's just broke on me on the last bit there, look. Just broke on me there. There's not really a lot I can do about that now. I'm not going to bother changing it for that. I'm not going to bother stripping it all back down and stripping it all to bits for that. But hopefully it'll still be alright. Just blowing glue to try and glue down. Just try and get that to go off. So got to cut that little tag off there, off on end. So be careful in the wires. In fact, I'll cut it that way. I'll just cut that off. That's that one off. I'll cut this side off. Right, so that's me strip on all the way round. So what I have to do now is just get rid of that glue gun. So I've already stuck this piece on here. I've painted that back side. So I've got to put my wires through. So that will sit on there. I've just got to paint it, drill a couple holes, put my wire through, and then I can solder it onto that side. So I'm getting the big drill. Oh, my hand drill. I'll just use this little hand drill and just punch a little hole in there. And in MDF, and in true MDF fashion, it's gone chuffing. We've got bit splintered all the way through. And just poke them through there. And put a clip on there, just hold that side. And clip that to hold that side. Right, so this is a bit difficult bit. So now I've got to put this side on. So I need to drill through that. I need to drill through that leg again. Get my solder iron back out. Right, so I'll drill this through from this side, because this side it's not. So you can see what I mean, it all papers up, it all turns to, it all goes funny on that end. Where's my knife? Yeah, I'll cut that off. Put the clip back on. So they're only roughly on there. Them clips are only just holding that together. I'm not going to glue it yet because I need to paint it. Right, so because I've already tagged these, I've already tagged this side, this panel, I've already tagged this panel together here, so I can do the same. I can do the same with this, with these positive and negative wires. So at negative wire, let's make it a little bit longer. If you make it too short, it's rubbish, you've got to start again. If you make it too long, you can always cut it back. So I'll just put that in there. So I can, when my solder iron's up, warm back up. Which it is now. I'll be able to I'll solder this in here. This solder is resin core solder. It has got flux in it. So that's right, so that's that one. And then negative, positive I mean. When it's all painted I can neaten my wiring up and run it back. I can either cut it off and cut wire back and resolder it, or I can put the extra, I can glue extra down in top in my panel inside. Alright, so now that's those keyed together. Right, so that's roughly one Goodyear bridge. With me reds on back, greens on front, and then I'll connect my battery up, and I'll take my phone off at stand and I'll show you it running round. Right, I've also staggered them joints so they're 1 inch apart, 25mm apart, so there's no way they're going to touch together. You never do joints opposite each other with different, well, any joint, you never do any joint opposite together, side by side, so you can touch together. Right guys, the moment of truth. Hopefully make them look cool. And there you have it. The flashing green LEDs, the violet LEDs for the walkway, and then the red LEDs. Shed, that's the red side. Walkway, so people don't, so they can see where they're going, and the green side. And that's probably 2.5 hours, no, yeah, 2 hours, virtually 2 hours worth of video for my channel. And now I've been on it all day today. So you're probably looking at best part of about 12 hours worth of work, maybe a bit longer, to get to that stage. Now this is me. There's a lot of red there. Hell of a lot of red there. This is me my Ferris wheel, different colours on bottom. That's not finished, no, not by a long chalk. I've got a lot of hours left on that to do. That's going to be worth it in the end as well. So that's basically my layout from start to finish straights here. Skeletric Arc Pro, that Pirelli Stands magnetic racing, the Cafe magnetic racing, the billboards I've scratch built, the lamp posts I've scratch built, the ST&E stand I've scratch built, SO Mans from magnetic racing, everything else from magnetic racing, pit wall I've built. So that's it guys, thanks for watching. If you like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell please. Thanks very much. See you on the next one.